Hello and welcome to a quick video about multiplying out brackets, sometimes also called expanding brackets. The key thing to remember here is that everything inside my bracket needs to be multiplied by everything that's not inside the bracket as well. So see what that means in practice. I'm going to do 5 times x because x is in the bracket, 5 is outside the bracket. So that gives me 5x. I'm also going to do 5 times 2y to get plus 10y. Similarly, that's going to give me 10a. And when I multiply here, I'm going to get minus 3ab, because the a is multiplied by the 3, the minus 3, and by the b. So if I just have everything in terms of letters, it's the same idea. So c times 5e is 5ce, and c times 2f is 2cf. So you can see what I mean by multiplying everything outside by everything inside. And if I have a collection of letters, so ab times ef is ABEF, it's not really making any difference to what I'm doing at all, minus ABGH. Now, it gets slightly more complicated when we have double brackets, but it's the same principle. I'm multiplying everything in bracket 1 by everything in bracket 2. So, if I start here, 3x times x is 3x squared. Now I've done 3x times x, but I also need to do 3x times minus 5. So I'm multiplying everything in that first bracket by everything in the second bracket. So that gives me minus 15x. I still haven't finished, so I need to do everything in that first bracket by everything in the second bracket. So 2 plus 2x. And to finish off, I'm going to have minus 10. Now we can simplify this a bit. We can bring the minus 15x and the plus 2x together. Can't combine it with the x squared because x is different to x squared. I'm going to get 3x squared, and minus 15x plus 2x is minus 13x minus 10. Now I'm going to show you a couple of different pictures here. This one is the claw. It looks a little bit like we have claws going from one bracket to the other. The different shape names don't really mean anything, it's just different ways that some people use to try and help them. So here I'm going to do exactly the same. I'll split everything in the first bracket by everything in the second bracket. So that's going to give me 10x squared. That's going to give me minus cy. Now I've done it in a slightly different order to the one above, that doesn't matter. It will work out at the same. Minus 2cx. And then I'm going to finish off by doing minus 5xy. Now this particular time there's nothing I can combine together because there's nothing that's the same. So that would be my final answer. Now this one is sometimes called the happy face. So it looks just a little bit like some eyebrows, a nose and a smiley face. But as I'm sure you can see, it's the same principle, we're doing the same things, just a different picture that might help you remember what to do, how to do everything. The last way of thinking about this is the FOIL rule. So I'm going to do first times first, that's going to give me x squared. Then I'm going to do outer times outer, so plus xy. Then inner times inner, so minus yx. And then last times last, so that's going to give me minus y squared. And this time I can simplify because of course xy is the same as yx, so plus xy minus xy is nothing. This one just gives me x squared minus y squared, which is an example of something called the difference of two squares. Now, when we get onto triple brackets, it can get even more confusing. So the key tip that I can give you here is to first of all just multiply any two. So I'm going to multiply these first two to get 2x squared minus x plus 6x minus 3. And that's still going to be multiplied by 3x plus 10. Now I can simplify this a bit here, so 2x squared plus 5x minus 3 times 3x plus 10. And now I've just got two brackets, so I'm going to do what I was doing before, multiply everything in that first bracket by everything in the second bracket. So I'm going to do 2x squared times 3x, which gives me 6x to the power 3. Then I'm going to do 2x squared times 10, which is 20x squared. Then I'm going to do everything with that 5x. So I'm going to do plus 15x squared there. So from the 5x times the 3x. and that's also going to give me plus 50x. And then I'm going to multiply minus 3 by everything in the other bracket. So minus 3 times 3x is minus 9x, and minus 3 times 10 is minus 30. And again, we can do some joining up here. The 6x to the power 3 is going to stay as 6x to the power 3. It's the only x to the power 3s there are. But we've got two things there with x squared. So that's plus 35x squared. And I've also got two things with just x's. So that's plus 41x and then minus 30 at the end. So what I've done there is I've just multiplied two brackets to make it into a double bracket question. We do exactly the same sort of thing again. When I multiply these first two brackets, I'll get 6x squared plus 2xy minus 3xy minus y squared, and I'll multiply that by 4x plus a. Simplify the first bracket just to make it easier for the next step. 6x squared minus xy minus y squared times 4x plus a. That's going to give me 24x to the power 3 when I multiply 6x squared by 4x plus 6ax squared. Then multiply the minus xy by everything in the other bracket, so minus 4x squared y minus axy. Then multiply the minus y squared by everything, so you get minus 4xy squared minus ay squared. And again, this time there's nothing for me to simplify because there's nothing that's the same. An ax squared is different to an xy squared, for example, and axy is different to ay squared. There aren't any two terms that have the same letters in, so I can't simplify that one at all. So the key thing to remember with multiplying out brackets or expanding brackets is to multiply everything in one bracket by everything that's not in that bracket. For triple brackets, turn it into a double bracket question first. Hope that helps. Thanks very much.